Yeah, so about 2 years ago, actually, I scrolled the internet, Instagram, and I've seen the picture of Anna. I can't remember the picture by itself, but it's like, oh, I think I know this girl. It's Ukrainian and teaches e-file manicure, and I screenshotted you. And then just about like 6 months passed, and I met you at Accents Summit Educators,
Yep.
and you were sitting right here, right?
Next to
like,
you.
Yeah, and I was like, I think I know.
I was
this girl,
looking
and
for
I took
somebody
off
who
my
speaks Russian.
Yes,
Who look
and
like
then
Russian face.
Yeah, and I looked at my phone, and it's like, oh, this is the girl, actually.
She looks like her. Like she looks familiar. Yeah, I saw her.
That was cute. That was cute. Yeah. So my name is Tetiana, and I am the person who is behind the scene of the Nail Marathon. So
I'm sorry. I need to take my cup of my coffee.
it's okay. Yeah.
Oh, look! This filter is so cool.
So yeah, I got an idea to invite those amazing educators and speakers who wanted to share their education skills and knowledge with you guys for free in this difficult time, to keep us entertained and a little bit of in a good mood. So this is me. I also teach all over the Canada travel classes, e-file manicure and nail art. I taught a couple classes at Anna's place in Chicago as well. Thank you, Anna, for inviting me. So I've been into industry for a little bit over 7 years now. I started my career back home in Ukraine, worked a little bit, and then I moved to Canada, and this is where actually my story began. So, and yeah, I love teaching. I started with doing nails, being just salon, having a home-based salon, and then started to get requests on sharing the technique and knowledge. So that's why I'm here, and I love it. I love what I do. I still miss working with clients, and you know, guys, I moved to Calgary not a while ago, and I didn't start accepting clients yet, but I'm itching to, so can't wait. And yeah, so today's live is going to be an expert talk about manicure technique mistakes in general,
and about how to perform it safe too, like some tips and tricks.
Yeah.
For you. So listen us, because we gotta delete this information.
Yeah,
it's the gold.
The main goal is actually to share the idea of that you can perform e-file manicure technique absolutely safe in a gentle way. So because you probably heard a lot of things about e-file manicure, Russian manicure, so we want to clear the kind of the statements, and we want to give you tips how to work safe, and we want to make sure that you know what you're doing. Right?
And I'm kind of proud. I'm sorry, I'm kind of proud we speak with accent, Russian's accent, you know. They know what we do. They know.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, so, and first thing I want to start, I thought South Africa we have. Oh yeah, let's.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah. Can you give us information where you're watching us from? We'd love to know.
Yeah, that's so cool. Oh, we love your accent. Thank you. So cute. Yeah, I'm sorry, we might not speak perfect English, but
no.
At least we speak 3 languages.
But
we can speak perfect Ukrainian, perfect Russian.
We know manicure technique perfectly, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely, I'm so proud of our action today.
Calgary, Manitoba, Chicago, Indiana, USA, Calgary again, hi Miko.
Yes, Texas.
Yeah, okay, Montreal.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Ontario. Oh my God, Canada. Look how many, we have like 50-50, Canada and US, which is so cool because of, you know, like some of the techniques, they might be the same because of there is no way you cannot use some of the beats, even you want to create your technique anyway. But what's cool that, you know, we think kind of similar, but the same way it needs to be safe, but we use different techniques. Like some of them are similar, some of them are.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That me and Anna teaches e-file manicure, probably in a little bit different way, but the main thing we are doing the same. It's we work safe, and we teach our students to work safe. And a lot of things are going to be kind of the same way. And you probably students that had classes, 2 classes from Anna or 2 classes from me, you'll see a lot of similarity in our steps, I guess, or what advices.
Yeah, like advices, but it's gonna be anyway. It's gonna be different. So what's cool that so we are not competing, which is cool, right? So guys, like I know that a lot of educators are watching us, and that's the goal, right? To elevate the industry and to help each other, but not to be like, yes, it's smart to compete, but compete professional way, right? So to be better, to just make goal and just work professional and be professional, work smart, work safe, and just, you know, the life is so short to think about something negative. So just think about it and go forward, follow your heart and follow professional tips, whatever. It's like professional education. So that's cool. Like Tanya has her own way, I have my own way. Just we'll talk about it today, and she will tell about her tricks, I'll tell about my tricks. We'll share both information. She will show you something what, like I'm not showing classes, I'm gonna show what I'm not, like I'm gonna show what she's not showing. So it's kind of cool. Educators have to learn to, educators have to learn like psychiatry tricks. Just we have to go to therapy sometimes.
Yeah, about that, we are kind of not a competitors, because we always talk with Anna about some little things that are very important in e-file manicure and safety as well, like skin and nail anatomy, lots of things. And bits. We always talk, and kind of, you know, the more information you have, the better outcome is going to be, right? So you guys are it's kind of very beneficial that you can watch both educators at the same time, because you definitely will get double information for sure. Okay, so I'll probably, I think we have about like 44 people here.
Let me see. Thanks so much for putting. I will interrupt you because of they're writing something, and I want our follower. I want to read something so we can reply and then move forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, thanks so much for putting this marathon together and giving us this.
Welcome.
You're welcome. Like seriously, so happy to do it. Yep. I mean, I would rather to share information than to sit at home with my 3 kids and go crazy. So we helping you, you helping us. Thank you, girls. We are so behind here. Educators have to learn to, yes, for sure. I love my e-file manicure class, and I love how still keep in touch and send information, always taking care of past students as well.
That's about me.
Yep. That's
girls.
about you. Yes, amazing. We are from same place. That kind of yes, mindset and respect is how I approach life in this industry. Breaks my heart when the industry bashes each other instead of celebrating each other's difference.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's definitely
that's right.
That's right. Who can go to Accent Summit? The Accent Summit was officially canceled.
Postponed it to next year.
Yeah, for the next year. Next year is going to be in Germany, as I know it. Yeah, so educators for accents, yes, we are both actually educators for accents. I do a lot of studying on psychologists too. Yeah, I mean, yes, Mijo. So I can tell you, whew, that's crazy. So sometimes you have to be tough and just do whatever you do, and that's it. You guys are amazing. I'm so glad to have met all of you professionals. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you here. I have really enjoyed this great lineup of content. Bravo. Okay, so we're here Nail Marathon 3. Yes. Will there be Tanya, will there be Marathon 3?
Yes.
Well,
Yes, it's going to be, this is actually marathon number 3, to be honest, because the first one was paid and then we did 2 of the free ones. So it's going to be marathon 4. Yes, definitely, but we'll just, let's give a little bit of rest to everyone. I know it's been a little bit of intense day to day, every day watching those lives, and you try to practice and you try to kind of work on the skills. So we decided to give you a little bit of time to rest and give a time to your family, actually, right?
that's cool. Yeah, and that's really so cool because of, you know, people now using this time and they learn a lot of different things, which is cool because of what else we can do right at home. We cannot practice, like, that's just driving everybody crazy, and that's totally fine. Whatever you feel is totally fine because we all feel that way. So it's just we're on lockdown, so we cannot do anything else. Like, I know it's kind of hard every day, but it's at the same time you can choose whatever you want to watch, so you don't have to watch every day. You can watch like that speakers who you want to watch, right, and just give you rest. So you know you'll have the information sits a little bit in your head and stays there. Where can you watch the videos of the free marathons?
From the first marathon, you can't anymore. So girls are trying to post in IGTV their lives for this particular marathon, so you can rewatch it. And we'll leave it for now. We'll see maybe for one more week, or we haven't passed it yet. But for the first one, unfortunately, you can't.
So you have to get lucky. Okay. So you have to, if sometimes it's safe, sometimes it's not, right? Can I clarify? So when you go here and watch live, it's better to watch live because sometimes even we have problems with Instagram.
Technology
So
thing is really
it's just Instagram. It's not because of, I know that some of the speakers had problem with saving the marathon on the page because of Instagram didn't allow to save it. So it's not, sometimes it's not up to us, and it just not because of we don't want it, right?
Yeah, we try our best saving the video and share it as a story 24 hours. But sometimes things happens like with Instagram or technology that video doesn't go into saved. So unfortunately, but we try to do our best. Okay, girls, let's start. Like 20 minutes passed so fast, right?
Yeah, we have 40 minutes left until this live is done, so we need to. And
I know.
Just the best information.
I like to talk, but we better stay in our frames, right? Okay, so I want to talk about first thing that is very important. When you start doing manicure, before you're doing the manicure, you use, we'll talk about removal. So the removal and the bits for removal. So removing the product with the right bit, with the sharp bit at the right speed, it is very, very important. Because in case if you're using, for example, a dull bit, your client will get pretty high heat spikes, right? The removal of the product is going to be uneven because you will have to lower the speed. Once you lower the speed, you're going to dig the product. So that's not a good idea. And I asked Anna if she can share her bit and give you some knowledge about the removal bit, so you know what's the best thing to do.
Okay, so let's start. We have different bits, but today I don't want like to push, right, sales.
That's
not my goal is not to sell. So like I can make fun, right, during videos. I can like dance here, but at the same time I'm not trying to push here something. So what I want to share knowledge, and that's up to you wherever you choose, because of that so many different brands in the market, and you choose whatever works for you, right? And I know that people mixing brands, it's totally fine. We all mixing brands, we all choosing whatever works for us, which is fine.
It is quite important. You know, sometimes when you have a dual bits as well, you put a little bit of pressure on the nail plate, and it's at the same time it's damaging the nail plate. So the removal bit is quite important even before your manicure, right? So before your manicure starts. So let's give you some
ideas. Talk about it now. Okay, let's start. So the first, we have diamond beads and we have what kind of beads we have? Tell me. Carbides, right? So no, I'm just asking. So trying to talk to them. So I know you know that carbides. It's like we have so many different beads. We have pumice stone, we have silicone beads, we have so many different beads on the market. But what I want to talk about, when we remove the gel polish, let's talk about common problems, right? What we have on the market. So people try to use beads for a long period of time, and they get dull. And when you feel that bead is not working, I always compare two different ways of bread cutting, right? When we slice our bread with a sharp knife, right? It slices it fast so the bread doesn't smudge, doesn't fade the shape, and even, right? That's how we cut our bread. And when we use the dull knife, we push it, we need to use pressure, changing everything, changing the shape of the bread. So that's basically how you can picture what's going on when you work with a sharp bit and when we work with the dull bit. So when we work with the dull bit, for sure we're gonna use a lot of pressure, and we can use, we will use we can cause a lot of heat. And also what's gonna happen, because of we don't know how much pressure we can use, and it's not going to be even for sure. If we use the sharp bead, we will use the even pressure all the time, right? So, yeah, light pressure, same motion, right? The higher speed, we use less pressure. And the same motion. When we have dull bead, we need to raise the speed up, right? We will use uneven pressure because we will still try to catch the product. We will still try to remove the product. So it's not gonna work because it's gonna for sure overfile in some spots, the nail.
Yeah, definitely.
That's definitely. So that's why always make sure if your bead is not working the same as before, that's the good point, and to think about it and to throw away your bead, right? Also, I want to talk about, what problem. So let me show you the bead we use. That's the cyclone bead, the titanium coated cyclone bead we have. This is a golden bead, Amelina Paraiso bead. If you want to buy it, you can go to amelinaparaiso.com. You can go to my page and you will see the website. You can follow the link and
those kind of beads, they last very long.
So this bead will last more than a year.
Yeah,
so I have more than a year.
I've tested this bead actually before you were selling it, right?
Yeah, so we before we started selling it, she was testing it, and she was afraid of immersion. She was afraid of. Yeah, she was afraid of her chemical sterilant from Canada because of it's pretty strong. And
Anna is talking about CS20, which is chemistry, and it's pretty strong. Those who are in Canada working with the CS20, you definitely know that quite a bit of bits can get kind of like rusty or black, change the colors. So
oxidized. It's oxidized the bits.
Oxidized,
so that's what's the process, right? What's happening? The metal oxidizes. So
it's called Axel CS20. So, and when Anna gave me this bit, I was really afraid because it's so beautiful, right? It's gold.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty fancy.
Yeah, brand new, and I was really afraid to put it in like the CS20 solution for disinfection and sterilization, and I was really scared too. So, but no, it's all good, all great. It doesn't get rusty.
So what I see that one of the followers is saying that CS20 dulls bits so quickly. That's absolutely the truth because we got it here too. But each process, like each sterilization process, no matter what process you use steam, you use dry heat, you use chemical sterilant. Any process will cause dullness of the bit. So,
but you know what? If you don't keep your bits more than 20 minutes, if you don't do that, if you follow the instruction, it doesn't make that big effect. I have my bits, they work for quite a long time, so I don't see the really big issue. They do dull in any ways of sterilization. Either it's autoclave or heat sterilization or even just disinfecting solution. So yes, they will.
We have a question about this bead that it doesn't, I mean, any bead will, any process will cause the dullness because of this is every process. It is a chemical process, chemical reaction. It doesn't matter which process you use. The heat is high heat, right? What destroys the living, like, right, organisms, microorganisms. So the steam, it's again, it's a little bit lower temperature, but it's still wet process. It's, imagine boiling the metal, right? So it's, anyway, it's causing the dullness, and the chemical anyway will cause dullness. So it's all processes. You need to understand this. Like, so I will just clarify a little bit. So you need to understand that you need just to follow instructions to prolong the life of your beads. But at the same time, when it oxidizes, does it reduce every process will reduce effectiveness, but depending on the beads, right? Depending on the quality of the beads and on the how strong your metal is, right? Depending on, yes, on that.
It's the way how it was produced, this metal, how, did they put in a high oven with a high heat? It's all like very, very, we have a question here. When it oxidizes, does it reduce effectiveness?
That's what I said. Yes, it is, but it's depending on the bread.
Yeah, she's asking, should we keep using the bit or should we just put in a garbage?
So depending on the brand, if you see it depending on what you use it for, right? If you use it to remove, as we started talking about, like if you remove it for, like, for gel polish removal, for example, right? It's not gonna cause anything. Right? Because if you remove the product.
Yeah, but for skin?
No, for skin, no. Because of it changes the shape. Yep, it's dulling the diamond, or if it's not diamond, it's dulling the metal particles, but abrasive particles attached to the base of the bead. So that's why we have expensive beads on the market. And that's why we have cheap beads from the market, right? And sometimes we have Russian beads on the market, and we have, like, from Belarus. We have so many manufacturers on the market. And Tanya knows what I'm talking about. $5 beads. Tanya knows what I'm talking about, right? Like, so many people try to sell, like, beads like $2 bead. In Canada, we know, like, people selling like $5 beads. Like, they just and nobody's protected from the from the bad quality beads. Because on the picture we see one thing, and after sterilization we see another thing, and people don't know. People just use it, right? And they overfile skin. They just
on the on the low quality diamond bits. I'll talk about diamond bits just a little bit. On the low quality diamond bits, we see quite often when they mix diamond with some glass, for example, or other particles. Yeah, and it might cause really bad damages to the skin. So it's not the same. Absolutely. Professional, high quality bits and the low quality that you see on the market a lot, it's not the same. Absolutely. And you'll see the difference right away.
Look what I want to talk about.
Okay. Yeah,
so if you're talking about gel polish,
is it a sanding band?
Yes, that's what I want to talk about. So people use it. I will slowly go to the next step from gel polish removal to nail prep, what people are doing, okay? What I'm not doing. I don't know if you're doing it, I'm not doing it. I am against it, but I just want to talk about it. So, do you see the sanding bands we have? Could you repeat that? They mix with diamonds somewhat. Sometimes you, okay, you can premix it with glass, which I don't want to.
Or just the metal particles, like it's a very, very sharp, tiny metal things. They also cut the skin a lot. So glass, metal particles, like a steel, I mean, and the other particles.
Stainless steel, they use like Chinese beads. They use stainless steel, and I get it. Let me explain you the thing. If people using beads for different purposes, right? So if we're talking about beads not only for manicure, that's the problem. Because sometimes they take beads from the different industries and they want to use it for nails or for hands. So some of the metals can be used in different industries. For example, the work on the wood, right? To work like wherever. but like to cut the, like even they used for everything, like to work on the gums, right? Like to perform surgeries. Like it's so different bits. So don't try to get like some bits like cheaper or
Like
from
a low
China, from
quality.
some, like yeah, if you're not sure what metal is there, because of it's gonna get dull, and you will think that you can work still with it, you know, but it can still cause, it can catch too much, or it will scratch the
Yeah, yeah,
skin,
yeah.
right? So it's just not meant to be used for skin or for gel polish. So okay, the bands we have, right? Cheap is rough looking, like the surface smooth, like yeah,
They
that's
definitely look rough. They look sometimes a little bit darker. You see a little bit of.
hold on, I have example.
Oh, okay, great. Yes, you're ready. Yeah, it's a
Who
lot.
knows?
It's a lot of difference. Okay, so and those sharp edges are really, really bad, and they causing those furrows on the nail plate or grooves on the nail plate, and the skin cuts. So this is why e-file manicure sometimes maybe you experience the issues like trying to clean the exfoliate the skin, the dry tissue, and it's just like ripping, like cutting. So you might have those little glass panels or sharp edges.
Okay, I can show here even with a bad quality, people will see the shape, right? So it's not even, it's not.
Yeah, it's not with the yeah, the particles are all uneven. The shape is not great, I guess, right? I think I see it.
So yeah, that's like.
Okay, so for the suppliers and stuff like that, message Anna or message me, because we don't want to promote anyone here. So just message us directly. We'll probably get some information the supply store.
Okay, I will do, no, not hard. It needs to be cross here, like this, cross, like this, not this bit. So to remove the gel polish, to remove acrylics, the bits, right? People using sanding pads. I'm sorry guys, but this is old school. This is when e-file started, right? It became popular in US. Personally me, I'm doing e-file since 18.
2012.
No, I started, I mean, when I was 18. When I was 18. I'm 33. 33 minus 18. I know we all artistic. So anyway, it's just long.
I have an accountant background, but I don't do numbers good.
So anyway, yeah, I started a long time ago, right? Pedicures and manicures. We used it long time ago. But it was more diamond than even sanding beds. Sanding beds, it's just like so, I think it was even before
Yeah, the scented beds, the one of the worst thing is it's causing so much heat spikes, and it's like because of that friction, the client becomes so sensitive, and even after you apply any gel, any product, the client is going to feel so much the heat, and it's very easy to overfile the nail plate, which you don't want to do that at all.
Yes, exactly.
So
And
don't
the
use it,
particles are coming out.
especially on the nail plate. You can't use it. It's
So
not
the
good.
nail plate of 15 years old. Thank you, 15 years old. So I don't feel so
Okay,
old.
somebody
It's
did
not
the
that-
math for us, right? 33 minus 18, 15. 15 years. Oh my gosh.
I'm okay, okay, I'm not dinosaur. She calls me
you
dinosaur.
are.
She
Yes,
called me
you are.
dinosaur in nails. So.
Yes, I call you a dinosaur. I call all people that are into industry more than 10, 15 years, they are dinosaurs. Because you guys came from nothing to so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I mean, I'm doing e-file for 15 years, but it's just because I can go. So anyway, the diamond bits, guys. I just wanted to talk about nail prep, then about nail prep if you prepping your nail with this bit. You might not see it with your naked eyes, right? Even you have that thick nail, because later what are you doing? You're covering with the product, right? And you don't really see what's going on with the nail, and it's slowly growing. So what's happening when we prep in the nail? We prep it with the soft buffers, one-time use buffer. They are foam, right? Foamy. So they are kind of
amortize. Yeah, amortize.
Yep. So yes, dinosaurs. So they are see, they are so safe. And what our goal is to do is just to remove the shine. So we don't need to buff our nail until it's thin or to make it rough, to just like just product to penetrate.
That's a huge misconception about that you have to actually file or etch the nail plate. It's not even true. Like years ago, maybe like when it started, when the product was used, MMA, that was the time where the nail plate used to be
needed to be for methylmethacrylate.
Yeah. But not anymore. Nowadays we have such a good products. We have such a good additive to the product that gives ours a good product adhesion. So you don't have to rough the nail plate. It doesn't. It has to be in good condition. Opposite. The nail plate has to be in good condition. It has to be the dorsal layer, the top layer has to be really good. So
no, we don't need to do it. And again, so what's happening with the beat, even low speed, right? What we're working. So when we use a buff, right? When we buff in our nail buffer, when we using it one time, right? So we prepping our nails so gentle, even with the buffer, we prepping our nails in a safe way. So we just removing the shine, right? Right. So what's happening here? Our e-file, right? The speed works in rotation, right? So how many times per minute? So for example, like 30,000 RPM. Nobody works 30,000, but you guys, what you do, what I see on the video, what not you maybe, but a lot of different people.
not me.
Not you, but I mean, you know, the followers, the people who don't know, they just don't know. They look videos on YouTube, they speak Russian, they think it's right. If they speak Russian, they can copy them and do whatever they do. It's not right. Like if you don't know Russian and you don't understand what they're talking about, please don't copy, because it's not all good, okay? For example, here, they don't know, they do it, they think it's cool, it's gonna save your time. So technically it can save your time, but not your client's nails condition. So what's happening, how many times per minute? So what I saw, they use like 4,000 RPM, right? Sounds low if you have
like very low, yeah.
Sounds low, but it means 4,000 RPM per minute, this bead will spin around itself. Right?
4,000 rotation, yeah.
So that's like per minute, 4,000 RPM. So can you imagine what you're doing with a nail, like 4,000 RPM, just prepping your nail? So that's not safe. So what you do?
And we only have, the nail plate only have like 100 layers, about 100 layers.
About
so how many layers you're getting removed in 4,000 RPMs, right?
What is the grit? So it doesn't matter what grit you use. I mean, even the softest one grit, this one is rough. What I have.
No. She's asking about buffer. She's asking about.
Sorry.
What is the grit of buffer? Okay, so there are some like a medium, fine, and coarse buffer. Grits are usually a little bit different than the file. I think it's what, 400 and something.
No, 400 is gonna be almost like depending on the brand, right? Like I use like this, but this one
so
is
it might be very confusing. Yeah, so try to pick the medium one, because the soft one is going to polish, which you don't want to be polished. Polished, and too rough will give you scratches. So pick something in the middle. I think it's something between 400, isn't it? I can't remember numbers, honestly.
No, depending on the brand.
I'll have to.
So what we use in the past, right? When I used to give classes, and like I mean, I'm still giving, but the classes and when we teach to prep the nail before extensions, what do? We do 180 to 240 grits files, right? When
files,
prep. So the same with the buffers. So what we're doing, we usually use from 120. From 180 to 320. 320 is like super soft already. But 400 is going to be like, I don't know, it's just, I don't know if it's going to do something. It's like, it's between the polisher and buffer. It's like super
the thing is, some brands put the grits for buffers a little bit different. So even like a higher number, it's still medium. So you would have to kind of...
just probably just touch it and take the medium one because of the brands.
Medium is the perfect one.
Yeah, just the perfect was not damaging the nail plate, but removing the shine, right? So our goal is to remove the shine. That's how it works, and that's the goal.
Yeah, you have to remove that oil because oil gives us the shine, right? And a little bit like just a little bit above the surface shine. That's it.
So if you use bit, if you again, I'm gonna go back a little bit. If you remove the gel polish with your diamond bits, right? So you can do it. Technically, you can do it, but it can cause heat again. So it's not the best way, I would say.
And it's not efficient. It's not as efficient because your bit will do super fast, right? Because the product, since the product is pretty tough, right? And if you're using the diamond bit, like regular, it's not gonna last you for a long time. So I would rather use carbide anyways.
Yeah, carbide.
Yeah, but they're right. Yeah, you can. What you can do actually, once you remove the whole product, like almost all product from the nail plate, using the carbide bit, now you can choose the diamond bit, kind of like what you showed, like a cylinder or a barrel, and you can just like work a little bit more if you feel a need, or buffing, right?
Yep, exact. So that's why diamond. I mean, it can be used. It's not like it's not something what I don't want you to use, but it just will cause a little bit. It will cause heat. I would say it will cause more heat than carbide. It can cause heat.
Yeah.
And,
Anna, do we use it the diamond bit, removing the product? Would you use it on a lower speed as well?
You know, I'm not using diamond bit to remove product.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, same here. But
I don't even use it.
What I've seen, instead of using the sanding bands, if you have this kind of like, it's your normal thing using a sanding band, try to use the diamond bit instead. Maybe it's going to be better even.
It's just, yeah, just a little bit, it's a little bit better, but at the same time, it's, yeah, it can cause a lot of, it's just, I don't know. If I want to use it, you know, the diamond bit to remove the product, it just will be slower. Yeah, as you said, it's less efficient. It can cause heat. So it's like, I don't know, it's in between, you know. So even for beginners, it's better to take like blue ring and to take a carbide, or to take blue or red. No, I mean, blue is better.
What kind of bits for removal the product? What kind of bits you have in your store?
So I have two bits right now. Let me take another one. So
because I tried only the gold one, the zirconium one, or how you call it.
Another one is tornado bit.
She's loud.
So I have golden cyclone, and I have golden cyclone bit, and I have tornado bit.
Okay, so that from the right, the tornado bit is probably better to use for the beginners.
For beginners. So this one is, yeah, the tornado bit is good for beginners because of that's not too sharp. This one is black, this one is blue. That's the difference.
I have a question.
Also, the cut is different.
I have a question about ceramic bits. So ceramic bit actually is pretty good bit too, but it is really hard to find a good quality ceramic bit, and they are very expensive. So
what I would say, yes, you can buy ceramic. They are really good if they made good. So I would say I would tell you one secret, like a little secret. So yeah, we manufactured a few bits, and they can be manufactured different ways. They can be laser cutted. They can be made from the little different particles, like, you know, when we use the machine to use a high heat to put them together.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. They're gonna work for a long time.
Like an oven. Yeah, it's like an oven.
Yeah, but they made from the little particles, and they attached together using the heat and pressed. Like, you know, we use like high pressure to press them together, and using the heat at the same time. So they kind of like, you know, that's like long process. But at the same time,
compressed.
Yes, at the same time, they will be sharp, they cool. And, you know, I don't know, but at the same time, this one is still my favorite.
Yeah,
still golden title is my favorite.
Yeah, I used to work with ceramic bit pretty long time, but I had a good one. And good one, what I mean good one, they usually cost about 60, 65 and even more, like Canadian dollars. So
Dollars, yes.
yeah,
That's
so
what I
like
wanted to say. That's expensive to make them
yeah,
like
and they do last. They last quite long. They don't give you the heat spikes for your client. They work nice and smooth. Also, they give a little bit of different dust than ceramic or than carbide when you remove the product.
Yes, they can. It's just depending on the product you use and depending on
Yeah,
the cut.
they
So
have
that's just depending on the cut.
the cut also.
Because you can make two bits the same cut, and they
Oh
will
yeah,
work
definitely.
same.
Yeah, definitely.
So everything is dependent. If you use the same cut, two different bits, like for example, one carbide and one
Yes.
is gonna be ceramic, they're gonna work exactly the same. So
Yes, right.
everything
Because
is
my
dependent.
ceramic was crossed and it was a little bit
Yep.
powdery dust, right? Once you have like once lines, it's going to be
Yep.
like shaped. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So everything is depending on the cut of the bit as well. Creates less dust, is it true? So everything is depending on the cut.
On the cut. Yeah,
So,
it's on the cut.
So everything, yeah, on the blades located, right? On the nail. So, and how deep they are. And it's so many different details and less dust. So, depending on product, depending on the cut, because two different bits can work the same. And I would say that one carbide bit and one ceramic bit, like if like this one is coated, right? This one is coated with titanium. So if you compare this one, I don't want to show you my ceramic bit, but I will just imagine that here I'm holding my ceramic bit.
Okay.
So we're holding two bits and they're gonna be the same cut. They're gonna work exactly the same. So the you know, if you're working, you know, when we're gonna have the difference, they feel like difference. I think everybody will choose whatever they like better. It's like personal feeling. You know, I feel like this is better, but to be honest, like knowing the whole process, I can tell you that you will not have the difference, like big difference. Maybe ceramic, like with titanium, it will be the same, right? Titanium coated. But if you use the regular carbide and ceramic, ceramic will last longer than the regular carbide. That's what I wanted to say. So ceramic will stay a little sharper, a little longer than the regular carbide.
But the thing that I've heard about ceramic, is that even true? Maybe it's a low quality ceramic. Once they fall on the floor or something, they can kind of like have a little bit of cracks or something. I'm not sure if that's true actually. I've never thrown on the floor, so I can't really.
They will break.
It is. Yeah. Okay.
But
so you will have to know how careful you are with your tools, right? So.
Yeah, ceramic bits will break. Ceramic bits is a glass. So just understand, this is kind of glass product. So it's same as you have ceramic knives, right? If it falls, that's it, it's broken. So the same with bits. If it falls, and it falls like really on a bad spot, it's gonna break. So they dull. Everything gets broken. You work with products. So just imagine if metal knife, dullness, like, you know, if the bread causes dull to the knife.
Definitely.
So,
everything dulls, yeah. Your files wear off, your brushes wear off, your bits dull. Everything has its own time, right? So it's okay. It's the stuff that we have to change all the time. It's our
that's okay. So yeah, we have two different bits. They are two different cuts, right? They are two different cuts. This one, the blue one, is we have the coarse bit, the blue ring we have, the coarse, so it is coarse, which is good for beginners and good for people who just start doing their nails. So they practice using the same pressure and not overfiling. This bit has a black, right, which is extra coarse.
I would call it speedy bit. It's super fast.
It's super fast. Like you need to use less pressure. It works longer. It doesn't. The chemical sterilant doesn't cause discoloration. It might change some, like here on the leg. Some just can cause a little bit of discoloration, like over the time. But it's not. Like it's everything is good. They made of high quality metal. And this bead will work for you, for example, like a year, maybe 2 years, depending on how many beads you have in your rotation. This bead will work a little bit again, everything is depending on how many clients you work, and everything is depending on how many products if you work with acrylic is a little bit stronger than gel polish, right? So you will need to use it less than with gel polishes. If you use with gel polishes, mostly you work with gel polishes, it will last like longer for you. So always think about how long it can work for you and count. What beads is the best to smooth the product around the cuticles inside?
So let's move to the pusher first, and then we'll talk about bits working on the nail plate, okay? Yeah, yeah. So if you are using the pusher, right? So this is your kind of second step. If you are using the pusher, right? Make sure it's made of medical steel so it doesn't go rusty once you disinfect it, and make sure to hold the pusher at the proper angle, right? You don't want to lift it up way too much and to grab kind of the nail plate. That looks.
I'm like in the airplane, like what you show in the belt. So I'm the same. I'm just showing. So I know what you're talking about. So I'm showing the wrong angle. So when you're talking, I'm just trying. Okay, you can talk. I will show them.
Yeah, definitely. So make sure you hold it pretty low, like 25-30 degree angle, and according to the nail plate, right? And nice and smooth, no pressure. So quite often you can stop.
So yeah, we never use like 90 degrees or like even 45 degrees. It's too high, and we can cause damages.
Yeah, about 30 degree angle, right? So what I want to say that, sometimes you have a pretty stretched cuticle or the proximal keratinized tissue on the nail plate. So if you have the stretched cuticle, so don't try to push with your pusher that cuticle. It is actually better to use even bits with the rounded edge or something to remove that stretched cuticle, and then it can be pushed. Okay, do you have it with you? Oh yeah, great.
I have it next to me, everything, like, so it seems like we're just we're working together.
So just wait a little bit for the stretched cuticle. Hold it. I'll just finish my thing with the cuticle and then talk about stretched cuticles. Okay?
Yeah, that's what we do in the same first step. So
yeah,
okay,
so
extra
stay here for a little bit. So for the pusher, let's go back to the pusher again. And one huge mistake working with the thumbnail, okay, with the pusher. The lunula on the nail plate is quite big, soft. The nail plate haven't been keratinized yet completely in that area, which means it is very easy to damage the nail plate and cause like really big issues. So don't try and push in that lunula hard at all. And if the cuticle is stuck, if the cuticle is stuck in the middle really, really tight, don't even try to open that seal. That seal is for the reason, okay? So don't do that. It is
this seal is protecting the matrix from bacteria to enter.
Yeah, so better to stay away. If you see that seal pretty tight, just leave it and work correctly. So just remove the cuticle from the nail plate, and your future application is going to be just very, very close to the cuticle. That's it. Okay, so that's for the pusher. Do you want to share some tips working with the stretched cuticles and that kind of the barrel bit you have? Or it's not a barrel. What kind of bit you showed? Like a...
The taper amp. I showed two different bits. We have.
Yeah, tapered.
So they are tapered bits, right? They can be named different ways, called different ways, but they all tapered. So we need to understand they're tapered. They are not sharp on top, right? They need to be smooth, and they need to have even amount of diamond. Yep, rounded top, and they need to have even amount of the diamond particles everywhere. So that's what about the good quality bits and about what we need to use, because of if we have like something like too wide, right? We cannot use too wide bits on the nail plate. Like for example, I don't no, I have something to show you. I always have something to show here. It's good life. So
because you're showing your life in your salon. I'm just at home.
I mean,
sitting
yeah, I
with
know. I'm in my salon
my pillow.
by myself.
I'm gonna
So
talk more, and Anna is gonna show more, I guess.
okay, I will be. I'm cool. I'm like, look at me. I'm like, I'm just like, I was meant for this life. Like,
Yeah, you do your job really good.
so yeah, I'm good. I can assist.
Oh, Anna,
I can assist.
time. Anna, time. We need to save the
Oh, I
video.
think. Yeah. Okay. Okay. What time?